Hey, what's going on, guys? This is 5 Large Fries, and welcome back to the Beginner's Guide to Paladins. This is episode number 3, and today we are going to be talking about items. Hang on, in the notes here it says, talk about how aggression is a... Oh, there's a lot of profanity in this. So it says, talk about how aggression is a profanity item. Lol, why would you even profanity buy this profanity item? Are you profanity stupid? Because it is so profanity. Well, past me really doesn't like aggression, does he? So let's talk about the items in a little bit more depth. So first of all, you need to understand that you cannot buy two items from the same tree. So say, for example, you want a cauterize and a wrecker. You need to choose one or the other. You cannot have both. So right here is where I'm going to talk about which items counter other items before we go into which items will counter other champions. So Cauterize will counter Kill to Heal, it will counter Rejuvenate, and it will counter Life Rip. I've ignored Veteran in this instance because what Veteran does is it increases the health regeneration someone gets when they're out of combat. And in order to counter that, basically all you need to do is go up and shoot them anyway, and they're not going to be out of combat anymore. Aggression. Aggression is countered so hard by Blast Shields and Haven to a point where it makes aggression a worthless item. Now, aggression at tier 3 will give you 15% extra damage. You're thinking, oh yeah, that's really good. But if I get Haven tier 3, even if I get Haven tier 2, if I got a Haven tier 2, that person who's bought aggression is going to be dealing 5% less damage to me than what they would have done if they hadn't bought aggression at all. And if I get a tier 3 Haven, they're going to be dealing 15% less damage to me than if they hadn't gotten aggression at all. So basically what I'm trying to say is aggression, it either needs a buff or it needs to be changed completely. Deft Hands. Now, Deft Hands, I feel, is something that you should get if you thinking about dealing more damage. Now, the reason why, and bearing in mind, it doesn't work with people like Grover, it doesn't work with people like Charlene. Any character that doesn't need to reload, it will not work on. Now, why is Deft Hands great, and why are you able to deal more damage? Now, what this does is it reduces the reload time, so you're able to reload a lot quicker, which means you're able to put out more damage. Therefore, I've just summed it up. I just summed it up right there. You're able to put out more damage because you're able to reload a lot quicker. You're able to get more shots off because you're able to reload quicker. Look, I'm repeating myself here. Deft Hands is probably much better than aggression if you're looking at dealing more damage. Just bear in mind that it is still countered by Blast Shields and Haven, but you're still able to put out more damage than if you were to be buying aggression. So we've talked about the items that counter each other there. Let's talk about the items that counter different champions. So Illuminate will counter Sky, and it will counter Charlene, and any character in the future that has a stealth mechanic. Because what this will do is, at a maximum rank, it will increase the radius in which you are able to see stealthed enemies by 150%. So therefore, people who are trying to sneak up on you who are stealthed you're going to see them a lot quicker than if you hadn't got Illuminate at all. Is it worth picking up at the moment? I would say no. It's probably best still getting a Haven or a Blast Shields to counter the damage that they're able to do. Now, Resilience counters 10 different champions. These champions are Makoa, Bomb King, Kanessa, Charlene, Grok, Grover, Maldumba, Pip, Buck, and Eevee. Basically, what Resilience does is it reduces the amount of crowd control done to you. It reduces the crowd control effects by a maximum 90%. Is it worth picking up Resilience over Haven and Blast Shields, though? Honestly, still, I don't think it is, because at the end of the day, like, if you're hit by a Grumpy Bomb, that Bomb King has still got a window of opportunity to hit you with sticky bombs and finish you off. So let's take a look at Blast Shields here. So Blast Shields will reduce the damage taken by AoE and direct AoE attacks by at a maximum 30%. Now you're probably thinking, well, there's only 2 AoE champions in the game, Bomb King and Drogos, but that's not all it counters. This will also counter Androx's reversal and his ultimate. It will counter Eevee. It will counter Fernando because of his fireball counts as an AoE damage. It will counter Victor's grenade and his ultimate. It counters Pip, counters Ying's shatter, and it also counters Sky's ultimate. Now, Haven will reduce the damage you take from direct attacks by a maximum of 30%. Now, this will counter Grover, Grok, Victor, Ruckus, Ying, Sky, Maldumba, Makoa, Barak, Buck, Androxus, Cassie, Kinessa, and Charlene. So let's take a look at the attack items. So the Bulldozer item will counter people like Ying because you can destroy their clones, and it will also counter Barak because you're able to destroy his turrets. Now, Rekka will pretty much counter all of the frontliners in the game, because what this does is it will do an increased damage to shields by a maximum of 225%. This actually got buffed recently in the recent patch. Originally it was 50% to 100 to 150. Now it's 75% to 150% to 225%, which is ridiculous. Shields drop so quickly with Rekka, and it's best on people that are able to deal high amount of damage. So if you're a Bomb King, for example, it's probably best picking up a Rekka. Now, Cauterize will basically counter all the healing done in the game, either through the items like Rejuvenate and Kill to Heal and Life Rip, or through the healers themselves. So, for example, this will reduce the amount of healing that someone takes from, say, a Ying clone by 90%. So it's a great item for countering healers. Okay, so at the end of the day, you need to understand these are very situational items. It's always best pressing the tab button and looking to see what the enemies are building and maybe countering that. So say if you see most of the enemies picking up an aggression, always counter that immediately with a Haven or a Blast Shields, because at the end of the day, you do not want that aggression to be unchecked. Anyway, if this video was helpful to you, please drop a like on it. It would be super appreciated. Also, if you're new and you enjoy the stuff that I'm making, please hit that subscribe button. That will help me out so much. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the stuff that I'm putting out. Anyway, until next time, guys, I shall see you in the next video.